the Democratic Party announced that it was going to hold its 2012 Democratic National Convention in Charlotte. And by the third time I got the email forwarded to me about that announcement, I realized that this was going to be a great opportunity for the Winthrop University to be able to do something really special with our students. My colleague, Katerina Moyan, and I started planning Winthrop's involvement probably 15 months before the convention actually came to Charlotte.
The class is called Presidential Nominating Conventions. I wanted the students to learn about the different ways that people nominate presidential candidates.
Professor Moyan and I spent a lot of time thinking about how we wanted to present the course that we offered in conjunction with the convention. We thought about how to make sure that our students had enough background knowledge so that when they got to the convention they would understand what they were seeing and hearing and experiencing.
We started off with discussions on how the convention process actually started, and we went over the centuries. We went through the process and how it has evolved.
I personally do best in the classroom after I've read the entire chapter the day before, and then I can apply it the next day. So that's kind of how this was. Like, we learned all of the concepts, and then I could see it happening every day. Like when we talked to a person from the European Parliament, oh, that's that comparative section we did last week. It all makes sense now. And so there's just so many connections being made, and the fact that we got to experience it was just cleared everything up for us.
Since we were all together for a week for 6 hours a day, we all, bonded on a much closer level, and I think that really translated well into the classroom portions, because we were all able to be just much more open, and I never felt like I was scared to ask my professors a question about something or even give my opinion on something, which is important.
I worked my first presidential campaign in 2004 at the age of 12, and that same year I watched my first convention. So I kind of had an idea of what to expect. So we're talking about an almost 9-year period here, but being able to actually go to a convention itself and experience the atmosphere, you can't really experience something on TV.
Winthrop has done a good job in bringing people to us. They came to our building, they came to where our class was set up. Parliamentarians, representatives, former gubernatorial candidates.
Chelsea Clinton asked me a question, and I got to be on camera. It was scary, but it was really interesting.
It started off, we're listening to speakers, we're talking to state senators and representatives, we're listening to lobbyists and things like that. So that of course is a huge part of politics.
The premise of the course was that our students would understand everything that there was to know about political conventions, their history, their evolution, their purpose. And of course, part of that is what happens outside the convention hall as well as inside the convention hall.
It's been really nice seeing all of the different perspectives, because there have been things that have made me really uncomfortable. The first day we had a pro-lifer who that was 9:30 in the morning, and that was hard to stomach, especially for the first real day of activities. But then we've had the opposite sides come in, and so it's just been wonderful to get to understand what's really going on.
Show me what democracy looks like! Show me what democracy looks like!
Sunday they had the Occupy Wall Street South protests, and getting to see all those people take part in their First Amendment beliefs, seeing them march down the streets, while also seeing the other aspect of it, seeing the police force, seeing all the money that the city put into not only keeping the citizens safe, but keeping the protesters safe.
The people protesting the immigration reform, and they had the drums going and they were dancing and everything. I was feeling it. I was getting ready to jump over the barrier and march with them, because it was just very motivating and very, very energetic.
I've never been to a protest, so I didn't really know what to expect. Some of the people I know, they warned us about tear gas, so I was kind of worried about that. And then when we got there were so many police officers, and just it was kind of crazy. But I thought it was really interesting. I've never been around that kind of thing before.
So we knew that there would be protests. There have been protests at conventions at least for 50 years. And we knew that the protesters would have a number of different kinds of perspectives.
I got a front row seat, pretty much. I was right on the edge watching the protest, and I saw a lot of different opinions, and I saw a lot of posters, and I saw a lot of faces that I wouldn't see regularly.
They were very interested in everything that we put in front of them. We put all sorts of things in front of them, hoping that they would be interested in some of it and that they would learn from some of it. No matter their political affiliation, enjoyed hearing from all these different speakers and took the opportunity to ask interesting questions.
Being that we saw so many Winthrop students who were engaged throughout the entire week in the process, who were willing to ask questions, who were willing to not necessarily debate, but to have a good discussion with the folks that came to talk to us, I think that shows that students at Winthrop are truly living, learning, and leading. You know, that shows that we can not only learn about a topic, but be able to apply it to the real world as well. So I think that it says a lot about the caliber of students that we have here at Winthrop, as well as the caliber of faculty that we have.
People know that if you graduate from Winthrop that you got an education. And one of the ways that they do that is they make sure that you're informed about whatever it is that you're studying. So that's why I think that our questions were informed and educated.
Even though Winthrop is a small school, we are pretty awesome. We have a lot of smart students, and we definitely can hold our ground when we go anywhere.
Now when I, talk to people about my opinions on politics or how I feel about what's going on right now, I actually have some validity to what I'm saying, because I'm like, well, I participated. I was there and I took part in a national convention, which is a really big part of the political system.
Just seeing so many politicians that I've looked up to for so long, even as a Republican, it's like they've still forged the way for my generation. And just being able to see them in person and not only hearing about what they've done or seeing them on TV, that was definitely the main highlight for me.
I really hope that our students, after they've graduated from Winthrop University and they have left and are off pursuing their futures, that they will look back on that week as being a real highlight of their college career.
It was incredible and unique. I think just simply put, incredible and unique, and an eye-opener, definitely.
It was a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity, and I'm pretty happy I had the opportunity to come here. So
I'll always remember this. It'll always be my first convention while I was in college, my first footsteps with political science. So yeah, I'll never have an experience like this again.
It's been such a learning experience. Really, it's been immersion into the thing that we're all passionate about, and I think it's been a very effective way to learn. They say it's going to be a once-in-a-lifetime thing, and they really mean it, and I thank my lucky stars that I had an opportunity to participate.
I'm very proud of my students. I'm excited that they had the opportunity to do something like this. I think that it will touch their lives in a way that they might not even recognize yet.
I'm just, glad that we've been able to have this experience, and we really want to thank, the West Forum and then Professor Moyan and Dr. Kudrowski for helping us do this.